How's it going, Real Dealers? It's your man, Phil Paul, and welcome to another episode of the Real Deal Bros podcast slash radio show. And I say radio show because I'm actually back on campus. As you can look at the background, I'm currently moving to my dorm and I'm back on the campus here at St. John's University. I'm finally glad to be back. And just hope everybody's having a good day, a good Friday evening. I'm actually recording this at an earlier time, but when you hear this or when you watch this, it is actually going to be Friday night. So yeah, but overall, I just hope everybody's had a good week, good like Good Friday evening if you're listening to into the show on Friday night. But just happy to be back on campus. Happy to be back in the WSGU radio station, even though if you're watching this on video, I'm not in the radio station, but the show is taking place at the radio station thanks to whoever is going to be working the board. But glad to have the show back up and running. So I kind of want to keep this show brief. I didn't really have much to talk about. I just want to give everybody an update on the state of the show. But what I do want to talk about, and actually before I get into any other further updates, I actually have some good news and I have some bad news. So the good news is I'm back on campus recording the show. Again, the shows will take place on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Whether I'll either be in just recording the shows from my room or recording it in the studio. Again, you'll see a variety of me recording the show in different places, but don't worry, the show is still continuing for the time being. And happy just to be back in the studio when I get back to the studio to record the shows. So yeah, that's the good news. Now for the bad news. So for a lot of long-time listeners, you know that I don't do this podcast alone, or podcast / radio show alone. So there's been a smaller issue on Terrell's side where he's actually not going to be able to be on campus for the semester. And again, that's information I can't disclose. And maybe when me and Terrell, we're supposed to be doing the show together next week, so I'll be back on. Don't worry, Terrell's not gone. He's still doing the show with me. It's just that he was just got caught in a little bit predicament where he wasn't able to return to St. John's this semester, but he is still doing the show with me. So don't worry. He will be back. It's just that he's not going to be in the studio with me recording the show, unfortunately. But when I do record the shows, say on the Zoom, how I'm doing now, you still will see Terrell. But he's just going to be still a distance podcaster, distance co-host for the time being. But again, to get Terrell's Instagram is on the YouTube channel homepage. So yeah, if you guys want to send a DM, wish him good luck or some warm regards, feel free to do so. I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate it. So but just that's the news that I wanted to get out the way. But just to give everybody an update on how I've been doing. So yeah, just being back on campus is definitely it still feels great. It still feels surreal. Again, the mask mandate is still in effect here at St. John's, and for sure it's in effect all across New York, both for if you're not vaccinated or if you are vaccinated, hoping everybody is vaccinated by this point in the year. As the vaccination rate has been pretty high from what I've been hearing. And also, it's actually mandatory that all the students professors, campus workers, everybody that's put on the St. John's campus is vaccinated, or at least shows a proof of being vaccinated, or else they're not able to go to class or not able to, do student work or go to sporting events and things like that. So yeah, if you do decide to take a trip to St. John's, make sure to have your vaccination card on hand because they will be checking. So yeah, just to give everybody a heads up, if you decide to come to a basketball game or just decide to visit the campus, make sure you show proof of vaccination if you haven't already gotten it yet. But just that, again, fully vaccinated at this point. And I've also been hearing that they've been giving out booster shots. So yeah, but I think that's got postponed by the CDC or by WHO. I don't know, but I heard that Pfizer's good to go. So yeah, I think they'll probably be asking folks for booster shots pretty soon. I'll see about it. I'll see about getting my booster shot just to be extra safe. if I don't feel safe enough. I don't know. I haven't tested positive for COVID, so yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, just just trying to stay safe. I'm wearing my mask on campus still, and yeah, just trying to stay safe. That's all. But yeah, just get that out the way. As far as the situation on campus. But yeah, I guess as far as just what I'm expecting to, or what me and Terrell are expecting to bring to the show from now on is like we'll still give you everybody like full-fledged discussions on things that we want to talk about and just topics that come to our minds. And like it will be different, and it will take some time to be getting used to. Again, because again, like we spent a year and a half together doing the shows virtually, and we're just bouncing ideas off on a Zoom call. And that's how we would just do the podcast. But I guess, since things are different now where, I'm up back on campus, I'll be able to be back in the studio recording the shows. I still think, there's just some areas where we kind of have to relearn a few things, and also just to, get used to, again, Terrell not being here, I'm going to have to, do the show on Zoom where I can still be able to get him in, or I could just still be able to record the show like in the studio and still have Terrell on some, maybe like a phone call or maybe on the Zoom call or something like that. Again, we're still trying to figure that out. Like there's folks at WSGU, we're still like, we just got new equipment, so we're still trying to figure out how to work it and how to use it and how it could work in favor with everybody. And like in the lineup for this year at WSGU is kind of light, so we don't have too many shows on hand, but we will be able to, still push out good quality content. I mean, based on the mic or the microphone that you're hearing right now, the quality is probably not going to be up to par for the time being as I'm recording shows from my room. But don't worry, like I'll still be doing recordings at the radio station, so the quality will get better as time goes on. Or just trying to get everything figured out because, yeah, most of us haven't been on campus for a year and a half. We've been doing shows virtually, so we're we'll take that time to still learn what we need to learn and know what we need to know. But yeah, we're just I'm just glad to be back. And I mean, like I'll tell you this, shout out to my guy Gary over at the radio station. He's actually the one that was putting on my show when I was still back at home in Oakland, recording it like on like Friday nights. Again, like I was doing the show Friday night, 6 o'clock Oakland time, while Gary was at the studio Friday night, 9 p.m. At the studio, making sure that my show was turned on. And big props to him because, yeah, like I know, like you're like on a Friday night, you probably want to go out and hang out and do stuff like that. But yeah, big props to him for staying late, make sure that my show was still running. I'm gonna take a swig of water real quick. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So unfortunately, Gary won't have to worry about staying up late and staying behind just to make sure my show's run because I'm back here. So yeah, that's give him some freedom. But yeah, just good to know that there was somebody looking out, and that WSU did do a great job in making sure that my show was staying on the radio station, even though I wasn't here. And yeah, don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, just again, just small changes, but good changes at that. Terrell, yeah, like just to speak on him a little bit. Yeah, he's a busy guy, so it's not like he's gonna be here all the time, but he's still committed to doing the show with me, and still pushing out the brands. Again, make sure to check out our online store, the Real Dealers Club. Again, like link will be in the description. Also, if you go on our podcast Instagram, we have a LinkedIn link or not LinkedIn link, but a link, like what I mean, a link tree. That's what I meant to say. We have a Linktree link on the podcast Instagram page where you can find our merchandise store, and also just other places to listen to our podcast if you don't want to watch on YouTube or listen on Anchor. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other podcast distribution sites. Yeah, like for better quality, yeah, definitely make sure to go there. But yeah, so yeah, it's going to feel weird. And I know when Terrell told me that he wasn't going to be on campus for the fall, kind of disappointed about it because I was hoping that things could go back to normal, or at least or things could be improved as time went on, and as like the year went on, because we're both juniors, and we're almost finished with school again. Next year it's going to be last year, and that even still feels surreal to me. How I spent because remember, like before COVID happened, I was only on campus for like half a year. Again, I spent one whole full semester on campus here at St. John's, just going to class. And then when the pandemic happened, I had to go home. And I thought I was going to be home for like a week, 2 weeks, then a week turned to a month, and a month turned to a year. And then, yeah, I just wasn't sure when I was going to go back. And actually, a funny story, actually, I remember when I moved out, moved back to Oakland when the pandemic started. I left a lot of stuff behind in my old dorm, and when like the workers here at St. John's came to clean out my dorms, they had to put it in storage. So my stuff was in storage about a year and a half, and then fortunately, I was able to get my stuff back last Friday when I was supposed to get it on the day I was supposed to move in, which was like 2 Fridays ago. But there was a whole thing where I the time that the moving truck was supposed to get to my dorm wasn't aligning with the time that my flight was going to land, because I took a red-eye flight out of San Francisco just to get back to New York. And when I flew into LaGuardia, the truck wasn't going to be there on time, so I had to wait a whole week until I got all my stuff back. But yeah, fortunately, all my stuff from storage is still back, and surprisingly, most of the clothes that I left in storage, I could still fit in them after a year and a half. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, but yeah, Terrell, again, just there's a situation that I don't want to disclose about him not being able to come to campus. Again, his Instagram's in the homepage. You guys can DM him about it if he wants to open up about it. But he's still doing the show with me. That's the good news. But yeah, I guess just be able to adapt with us as the show goes on. As again, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be doing these shows, because even though like I have a light semester or a light class schedule for a semester, I'm still doing work on campus just to fill in the extra free time that I have in between classes. Because yeah, I'm only going to class three times out the week. Like 3 classes on Monday, 1 class on Wednesday, 2 classes on Thursday, and no classes on Tuesdays, and no classes on Friday. Like dream schedule just about. So yeah, but yeah, I am filling in that time to do on-campus work. So again, that explains the reason why I may not be in the studio all the time doing the shows. I'll be recording it from my room like I'm doing now. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about that in case you were wondering, why are you not in the studio, Philip? But as you said, you were back on campus, like why are you not there? But yeah, the reason being that I did find work on campus, but I am going to split that time between doing my job on campus and also making sure I put the show out for you guys. I know you guys want to listen to me and Terrell's voices all the time, and the great discussions that we have planned for you guys. But yeah, just that's a little bit of update of what's going on for the show at the meantime. But I do encourage everybody to go back and watch like the 2 shows that I was able to put out during the summer. This was some I was kind of pretty packed or pretty busy during the summer doing the internship for 23XI Racing, and being in North Carolina. But I was able to put 2 shows out with two guests that interviewed. So yeah, I do encourage everybody to make sure to go back and watch those shows. Great interviews with great people. And yeah, just again, just adapt with us, and just be on the lookout for what we do and the updates that we put out. And yeah, just I think that's all I have to cover as far as the updates are concerned. But yeah, and I guess just to close out here, because I did tell myself that I was gonna make this short episode. I do want let everybody know that I am doing well mentally, and that I'm still enjoying life, and that there are a lot of people that are still supporting me, supporting the show, supporting the podcast, supporting me finishing school, of all that's happened to me in the last year and a half. For those that know me personally, I things haven't really been like peachy on my end, but again, like if you guys want to DM me, my Instagram is in the home section of the podcast, and you guys could check up on me. And yeah, I'll definitely be willing to tell you guys of what's been going on in my life personally, outside of me doing the podcast, outside of me going to school, and just keeping it real with you guys, like how me and Terrell always do. But what comes with keeping it real is being real with people. So yeah, if you guys want to talk to me, reach out to me on Instagram. Again, my Instagram is at PVR Hall. So yeah, make sure to go check me out and DM me if you want, just to ask me questions or whatever. And I'll definitely be willing to answer those questions for you guys. Yeah, I think that's going to conclude my show. Again, it was a short show. Didn't have like a full-fledged discussion planned out, but don't worry, for the next show, me and Terrell will have a full-fledged discussion planned out for you guys to hear and listen and to be intrigued by. So yeah, just wanted to give everybody an update on the state of the show, and just also, on how I'm doing, how Terrell's doing. Again, like when Terrell comes on next week, I'm pretty sure he'll be willing to open up to you guys on what he's been up to. But yeah, just wanted to let everybody know that we're still here, and the Real Dope Bros podcast is still going on strong, and actually probably podcast / radio show is still going on strong. But yeah, just want to wish everybody a good weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy life, and yeah, so be on the lookout for future episodes. So yeah, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. And as always, make sure to keep it real.